Is that better? I have a mic now. Hello, hello, testing, testing, 1 2 3, testing, 1 2 3. There he is. Awesome. All right. Where am I down over here? Down here I can. There it is. I can just barely see it. I'll need to. I kind of adjusted a bunch of views. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas with the levers. All right. All right. So I'll start over again then, since I didn't have a mic. So today on Mileage Monday, we're just gonna fly around Honolulu. I was out here a couple years ago and thought, hey, you know what? Let's go out here and fly around a little bit and see what we can find. So we're gonna kind of go around the entire island and fly over a few things here and there and just kind of explore. I'm taking the float plane out today. I mean, Hawaii is an island. Realistically speaking, I don't know if you'd want to try to land a float plane out in the Pacific Ocean. There's a lot of waves out there in some cases, and might do more damage than anything. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna give it a whirl. So here we are at the Honolulu airport. Hey, there's the Pearl Harbor Memorial out in front of us. So we'll go check that out for sure. And that being said, let's roll and see what kind of trouble we can get into. How you guys doing today? Doing well, I hope. Colonel Fork, I was looking for you, but I didn't see you today. I've been kind of busy and wasn't around the computer all day, but I did pop in a couple times into Twitch and see if anybody was around. Watched Fabio. Oops, here we go. Somebody's coming in here. What a big boy. And they're stopping. We'll go over here. See if he moves up. He might be going to the same runway we're going to. Well, I should stop here, and yep, he's coming up behind us. But since we're not using the controller, and all we're just going to do is fly, let's just make sure that nobody's coming, and we'll come out here and take off. Fly down the runway, and got somebody out there in front of us. There they are. All right. And then we'll turn. Good evening, Seppi. I'm with Bush League Legends. Hey, cool. Awesome, Viper. Awesome. buzz the tower with our float plane. Hello, tower. Well, since we're right here, let's just shoot on over to Pearl Harbor and see what we see. It's pretty cool. Pearl Harbor is actually pretty cool. They got a lot of cool stuff over there. Some museums and submarines and a lot of stuff from, you know, from when Pearl Harbor was attacked. And that's like the museum right there. And the bridge that goes over to Ford Island. Oh, look, there's the memorial. They actually have it in here. It's cool. Look at that. That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. Look at that. That's pretty neat. That's the turret from the Arizona. That's pretty cool. And then here's the other battleships that are over there. And then this is like the museum and tourist area and stuff. There's actually a submarine over here as well. Hey, Parrot66. Thanks for joining. Hello, hello. We're flying over Pearl Harbor. Going back over the Arizona again. It's right here. There's the Arizona Memorial. That's one of the turrets from the Arizona right there. The dock where all the boats come up to. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. We're using our X-Cub with floats if anybody wants to fly around the island of Honolulu. That's what we're doing this evening. Just kind of exploring some of the scenery on Mileage Monday. 8 days till you take flight. Oh, Parrot, I bet you can't wait. Xbox version come out on the 27th. We'll have to see. I will on the 26th. You know, the Mileage Monday on the 26th. I won't be streaming on that day. I actually have. I've got a doctor's appointment on Tuesday morning. I'm gonna have a little procedure done, and I mean, Tuesday morning and Monday. I can't eat and do all kinds of stuff like that, so I figure Monday night I'm probably not going to stream. I'll just kind of hang out and relax and watch a little bit of TV, I guess. You're going to restart your YouTube channel. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Parrot, you going to start streaming? Can you stream while playing the Xbox platform? Is that possible? Is that a thing? Colonel Fork, you know, check this out. You know, there's those Hawaiian beaches. Now, Waikiki's behind us, where all the famous beaches are. But look at this. I mean, this is Hawaii, man. These beaches are not, they don't have anything on what we saw in Michigan. This is just insane. Especially when you think of a place like Hawaii, right? I mean, you know, this is kind of crazy. There will be 172 and X Cub with floats coming on the 27th. Yep. I can stream to Twitch. Oh, no webcam. I gotcha. So does the Xbox? I mean, the Xbox has USB ports on it. Is there nobody that makes a webcam for Xbox? Is that not? I mean, I get it, right? I get that you got to have like Streamlabs software or something like that. But I would have thought that somewhere along the line, somebody would have created an app for the Xbox that allows you to, you know, to get some of that information in there. Hey, look at this golf course. This got to be a golf course over at the base. We're at one of the bases. Hawaii is just loaded. Honolulu is just loaded down with military bases. Yep, it is. Look at the barracks. Interesting. The interesting part about Hawaii too, when I was out there a couple years ago, this is kind of the way this side of the island looks. Half of the island is wet and half of the island is dry. And it's like really, really odd. On the Honolulu side and where Waikiki is and where a lot of the stuff is, of course, like we just saw Pearl Harbor and stuff like that, where all of that is, it's really dry. They don't get a whole lot of rain over here because of these mountains. So this mountain range out here is pretty tall. It's pretty massive. The rain stops like on the other side, so it's going to be interesting. So when I went over there, we kind of went all around the island to a bunch of different places. And when we went over there, you take this bus ride, and it leaves Honolulu, and they go through the mountains, and it's kind of just like any mountains here in the States or whatever, you know, winding roads as you go up and down the mountains. But when you crest the top and you come down the other side, it's like tropical rainforest. It's completely different, you know, which is kind of cool. They have cams, but you won't use one. You're bedbound and don't feel comfortable showing myself to the world. Hey, Parrot, you know, awesome. That's, well, I mean, not awesome that you're bedbound, but, you know, awesome that you're going to go out there and you're going to stream anyway, and you're going to go do stuff and you know, put your stream out there and play games for people that, you know, that you're willing to go out and do that. Man, that's awesome. That's great. You know, do it. If you don't feel comfortable on camera, then don't do it. You know, there's a lot of people out there. Hey, you know what? They actually have this other thing too. Of course, I don't know if it's going to work with the Xbox, But I've seen some streamers that don't put themselves out there, and instead they have like some kind of an avatar. Like I saw this guy the other day. He had like a squirrel or something. The squirrel was wearing a hat and it had headphones on, and or a chipmunk or something, and it was talking. Except it was his voice, and as he talked, it moved. So Viper Strike, you are absolutely correct. And oh, there it is. I just looked at myself on my camera, and I'm wearing, I always wear a Hawaiian shirt. Well, all the Hawaiian shirts that I have, they all came from Hawaii. I bought them all here, so they're actually real Hawaiian shirts. Which is kind of cool. I brought a whole bunch of them back with me when we were here. Everything in Hawaii is expensive for the most part. You can get some stuff for cheap, but it took us a while to figure it out. You kind of have to eat like the Hawaiians. And the funny thing is, like here in the States, especially here in the South where I am, we have these stores called ABC stores, and ABC stores in the South are liquor stores. And in Hawaii, they literally have an ABC store on every block. Like literally every block. You will walk 200 feet, 300 feet, and there'll be an ABC store, but they're not liquor stores. The ABC stores in Hawaii are convenience stores. That's the only thing they have. They don't have like Quick Trip or 7-Eleven or anything like that. Everything is an ABC store. And the ABC stores sell food, they sell clothes, they sell drinks, they sell basically everything. It's like a little tiny grocery store / convenience store. And I kid you not when I say they have one on every block, in Honolulu and Waikiki. And I picked these up in there. And if you go in there, you can buy food. We actually got kind of hooked on these things like poke bowls, and I really like sushi. And a poke bowl kind of has rice in it, and it's got sushi, and it's got like cut up mangoes or cut up pineapples or something. So it seems really weird to have sushi with like fruit, pineapple, mangoes, etc., cucumbers, and things like that all mixed into it. But it tastes really good, and you get used to it. And if you like that kind of stuff, it is really cheap. It's really cheap. Pineapples, fish and pineapples, fish and pineapples are very inexpensive because, of course, they grow a lot of pineapples there. And that's the other thing. Everywhere you go, you can find pineapples. You can buy pineapples by the case, and they're Dole pineapples, and I mean, you can just buy like a box. Even in the airport, you go by, they have like cardboard boxes with like 15 pineapples in them, and you can buy them. And here's another base, Wheeler. So the one that we flew over before, that was Schofield Barracks. That would have been the Army. Now this is Wheeler Air Force Base. We flew over Pearl Harbor. That's a Navy base. And when we come around the other side, there's actually a Marine Corps base. So we'll end up catching all of them here. Spam is popular. Spam is very popular. We're going to fly up to these mountains and go through this pass. We're not going to come back down where we went. There's like a little gap here we're going to hit. Come back down to the beach. Spam is very popular. The reason why Spam is popular as well is because during World War II or around that time, the government shipped a bunch of Spam over here because they had issues with food. And so they brought like so much food, so much Spam over here, and everybody's eating it that they just like it, and it's on everything. There's this thing that I like for breakfast. It's called Spam Musabi, I believe is the name. But sushi, right? Like a sushi where you have a little bit of rice and some fish on top of it. So imagine something that is about the size of almost like the size of a pack of cigarettes, right? but not quite as wide. And it's basically rice that's that size that's formed. And well, actually, it's the size of a Spam can, is what it is, because they slice the Spam and they put a slice of Spam on top of rice, so it's that same size, and it's wrapped in seaweed. Oh, first they do a scrambled egg. They take rice that's formed like that. They put a scrambled egg on top of it. They put a piece of Spam on top of it and wrap it in a seaweed with a seaweed stripe. Man, they put a little bit of this kind of this Hawaiian soy sauce on it. It's absolutely amazing. I love it, and I hate Spam, and that is some good stuff. Really, really like that. And that was really cheap too, because I used to, where we stayed, in the resort that we were at, I would go downstairs. There was an ABC store. You could go out the lobby, and then right across the street there was an ABC store. Go figure. And I would go down in the morning, and I'd go over there, and I'd get like Spam musabi, and then bring it back and pop it in the microwave, and it was pretty good. You could go down there and get like a Spam musabi for like $1.50, or you could eat in the in the restaurant and spend $40. So it's kind of a no-brainer. Or get a poke bowl for like $5 or something like that, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And we also tried one of our big things when we go places, and this is in general. This is not just like Hawaii. I mean, I've been to a lot of countries in the world, but it's not just going to other countries. It's going anywhere. If we leave the area where we're at, we don't ever eat in places that we can eat at home. That's our rule. So if you go, we're in Hawaii now, flying, so let's talk Hawaii. If we go to Hawaii, it's still a state, but we won't eat in a McDonald's. We won't eat in a Burger King. We won't, if there's a restaurant that's here in town where we go, we won't eat there. Doesn't matter. Not eating it. And we try to eat local stuff, or stuff that's popular in the area. So when you're in the South, you're going to kind of eat barbecue or Southern food, and when you're in Chicago or New York, you're going to eat pizza or hot dogs, and just that kind of thing. We try to eat the flair for the area, so we try to eat a lot of local food, and people are pretty friendly in Hawaii, and they'll point out places to go and that kind of thing, and that's pretty much what we did. We kind of stuck to that, and it was pretty good. I ate a lot of weird stuff like taro and some other things, but it's like a starchy root, and it's purple. It's like a purple pudding. Purple watered down pudding. That's taro, but it's kind of interesting. A lot of pork. They eat a lot of pork here. There's a lot of pigs, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool place. Alright, let's get back down here and kind of fly the beaches and see. I'm kind of ashamed. Our Michigan trip yesterday. I mean, last week, it's putting these Hawaiian beaches to shame here. Oh, Colonel Fork. Quick question for you. How did your racing do? I know that you're not happy about a few things, but how did that end up overall? How did that pan out for you? Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. That sucks. That kind of sucks. Yeah, that looks pretty down there. Oh, that's the other thing. Hawaii water is really, really clear. You can see for a really long ways, and it's deep as hell. By the way, just just a little ways offshore, it's like 1,000 feet deep. And I'm not talking about miles offshore either. I mean, we were within swimming distance of the shore, and we were snorkeling, and uh, within a couple 100 feet of where we were, the water was like 1,000 feet deep. I remember this island from a game called Test Drive Unlimited. Yeah, it's a lot of people kind of think that that Hawaii, like Honolulu, is the big island. It might be the big island from population wise, but it's really not the largest island. The largest island is further south in the chain. Honolulu, where Honolulu is, and Waikiki is pretty far north. Nice little marina there. Of course, if you go to Honolulu as well, you can the Honolulu Marina or Yacht Club, Honolulu Yacht Club, whatever it is. It's like it's over there by Pearl Harbor, or in that vicinity. You can go over there, and that's where the Gilligan's Island. If you guys are familiar with that, they the scene where the boat is leaving the port. There's a bridge and stuff there, and that's there. You can actually go there, and we took a picture of it and stuff. It was kind of interesting. Pretty cool. Wanna become famous? Use guys. So yeah, we'll see if the scenery changes when we get to the other side of the island here. So we're rounding the northern corner. Brigham Young University has I think it's Brigham Young. They have a big facility out here too. Had 95% or roads and was on a 1-to-1 scale. Still my favorite driving games. Speaking of driving games, Assetto Corsa, just started playing it. I played it a couple times. I thought about playing it a little bit last night, but I didn't do it. Instead, I played a little bit of The Division. No, I didn't. I played a little bit of Gold Wars 2. I did not play any of The Division, but I didn't stream them. Interesting little spot there in the mountains. Man, Colonel Fork, you got taken out with less than 15 minutes to go. How many laps was it? Really nothing up there either. 90-minute race. Yeah, I've noticed, like in Assetto Corsa, the AI can get aggressive, especially if you bump them. I've bumped AI, like I've taken the inside turn and have slid into them. Not that you would ever want to do this in real life, but taking an inside turn at a higher rate of speed, knowing that I'm going to slide, knowing that there's a car to the outside that's going to keep me from running off the track, I have used them on occasion like that. So I take the inside turn, I kind of come off of them. I make contact with them and come off of them, and then when they catch me, I've had them pit me. I've had them slam me off and off the side of the road, which is insane that they come after you like that. They're the switchbacks. I don't know. Haven't been here. I'm not. I'm not gonna. Doubt or cast doubt on the beauty of what is below us down there in the water. But as far as beaches go, so far, if you were just gonna rank on beaches like sandy beaches, we saw more of them in Michigan than we're seeing here for sure. The other thing that's interesting about Hawaii is nobody can own the beach. So where you saw that there was houses that were right up against the beach, they do have houses like that go right up against the beach, but you can't stop people from walking across your property if they want to go to the beach. So people that have beach houses, yeah, you can literally park on the side of the road right across the street from their house and walk through their yard and go to the beach and fish or swim or do whatever. They can't stop you. That's Hawaii law. People can't put fences up either. And I think there was like some grief with Facebook, Zuckerman, when he tried to put up a fence or something like that to keep people off his property that he bought out there, and they kind of gave him a bunch of crap about it. Plan. Preacher, we are flying around Honolulu. And why? Oh, you know what? I didn't connect it to the sim because I don't have a plan. So let me connect it to the sim. Let's see if it says STK is going to join. And let's get this. There you go. The Twitch bot's joined now, but there is no plan still. Mainly because I didn't create a plan. Although it might. I did put some waypoints in here. Go ahead and type plan again. See if it pulls it from Microsoft. I put some waypoints in just so we knew where we were going, so I could look at some mileage. And yeah, no active flight. Yep. All right, and while we're here, let me do this because I haven't done this. So let me give a shout out to Colonel Fork, and I know Viper was in here as well. So let me give a shout out to Viper. And why Viper? There you go. There's Viper. Awesome. And here's a little airfield. over on the north side. Yeah, Viper, no problem, man. No problem. Here you go. If you look at Hawaii and you look at the very north side, PHDH, Papa Hotel Delta Hotel, that's what I'm flying over right now. So if anybody wants to join or look at the plan, just get you a little slow plane and pop in here at Papa Hotel Delta Hotel. If that's what you were looking for, preacher. That's Dillingham Field. Viper says, I had a previous post on a future add-on plane coming soon. Yeah, you did. I saw that with the, you talked about the float, the 172 with floats. That's coming out soon. And an X-Cub. Absolutely. Microsoft is going to be bringing some float planes, and hopefully they'll fix this the water landing stuff and make it a little bit better for us. Oh, the DC-2 Beaver? I missed it. I missed the DC-2 Beaver. Go ahead and tell us about it again. Or if you have a link, you can go ahead and post a link. And you can kind of see it's a little, we're starting to see more trees. So as we come across the north side of the island, you know, we are seeing more trees, kind of the way it is. There you go, Viper just 95 just posted a link. First cockpit image of the Beaver. Have to go take a look at that. There you go. Look at that. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? That's pretty neat. Be nice to see one of those on floats. They're bringing a radial engine aircraft in. That's pretty neat. Gonna see more radial engine aircraft. I hope they bring a DC-3 in. Speaking of which, we'll be doing some streams coming up with the PMDG DC-6. Yesterday, well, actually, Allison flew her last leg of Amelia Earhart's flight, landing in Oakland over the weekend. I flew the DC-6 for the first time on that flight. Flew DC-6 and followed her group in for about the last hour and landed at Oakland. That was pretty cool. A lot of Colonel Fork. Were you there? I think you were there, weren't you? Oh, you were racing, I think. Oh no, you popped in at the end. You did pop in at the end. But that was cool. So I've been doing a little bit of learning and stuff on the DC-6. We're going to start flying the DC-6. We're going to start the Pan Am first. Pan Am was the first airline to fly around the world. They didn't do it in a DC-6. It was a Clipper, which is an amphibious airplane. But I will be flying... Oops. Here we go. I need to go back inside. I got a fuel imbalance. Left. Right. Okay. There we go. Oh, Parrot. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I tried, you know what? I'm going to give you one here. How's that? Let me see if I can give you one here. I tried to give you one over there and it wouldn't let me. It said you were not eligible. And I don't know if it's because you already had one or not, but you know, if we can figure it out, I'll still go ahead and do that. Yeah. Yeah, I knew you were. You know what? Let me see. I probably need to bring this up and go over to my Twitch channel. I think that's it. We'll see what happens. There you go. Got your one anyway. Yeah, let me know, and you know, if we can figure that out, I'll put you one over there as well, or extend it, or whatever we can figure out. Whatever we can figure out going on over there. So Parrot won a mug, won one of Allison's Amelia Earhart mugs, and when they were doing the giveaway, I said I would give out a sub to the winner as well. Now Parrot was already subscribed, and even though I tried to add another one, I tried to gift one, it said that they weren't eligible. So that's what we had going on over there. So it looks more not as barren over here, right? Although these just kind of look like regular trees. It's really kind of jungly over here, but we'll see what it looks like when we come across the other side. Because the other side over here is going to be the side that's going to be really wet. I got some nice looking beaches down there. Gift it to someone else? Okay. If that's your wish, then next time I'm over there, I will randomly pick someone and say it's from you. How's that? Yep, not a problem. Anytime. Anytime. Oh, I need to... 1,700 feet's probably a little high. Let's come down to a little closer to the ground here so we can see what's going on. That was a long flight too. I've got some of those that are coming up like that when I do the around the world, the Pan Am around the world flight. Uh, there's going to be a couple of those that are like 1,600 to 2,000 nautical miles. But the DC-6 flies a little faster. So it's not going to be a 10 or a 12-hour marathon. But it'll probably be like 5 or 6. But then again, that's about what Fabio streams, right? When he streams. Great place for fries on the North Shore, Preacher says. Oh, Viper Strike. He's now in Yemen. Flying with the Bush League legends. Look at this little resort down here. And this is the North Shore. So there's good beaches up here on the North Shore. Well, all this that we've been going by is the North Shore. Another golf course. The pipeline, great surfing. Yep. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I said there probably won't be very many places to land a float plane out here in the ocean because, well, I guess on the other side of the island, on the Honolulu side, the waves are not that bad, but yeah, over here. And I'm kind of wondering if the white that you're seeing here is representative of you know, of waves, of surf. It probably is. That's probably representative of surf. Waves breaking. Probably would not do very well to land a float plane and anything like that. Yeah. I really hope they get water worked out at some point too, because that would just be amazing. Hey, a baseball field over there. Somewhere over here in the area that we're in now, or maybe a little bit further south, I came over here and went to a luau. That was pretty cool. I think it might be a little bit further south. roundabouts. There's like a, it's like the cultural center or something, I think is what it's called. It's like somewhere over there, Hawaiian Cultural Center. It's run by Brigham Young, and it's somewhere in this vicinity. Like I said, it might be a little further south. And yeah, you can kind of see now how much the terrain has changed from the other side of the island, because this is all kind of jungly over here. It's the wetter side of the island. Still looks real pretty though. What do you guys think? Throw out some suggestions. I mean, I've got some stuff on the list to do for Mileage Monday. Some things in the Caribbean, some things in British Columbia, some stuff in Alaska that I've jotted down. Kind of want to do some more island hopping as well, maybe around here and in a few other places. But you guys, yeah, it's a small island to have both a rainforest and a desert. You guys have any specific suggestions or any suggestions? It's like the altitude of these mountains keep the weather that's coming in. It keeps all the rain on this side, and the other side doesn't get a whole lot of rain, which is why everything is on the other side, right? Which is why Honolulu and all the big cities like Waikiki and stuff like that are all on the other side, because it has nicer weather. And over here they have more rain, more showers, more damp. Moist. More moist. I should say it like this. More moist. Bar Harbor, Maine. Bar Harbor, Maine. Interesting. That's a good one. Certainly put that on the list. When I was out here, I went scuba diving in a volcano. So there's like a crater. There's like a crater offshore where that used to be a volcano. It's below the surface of the water, but you can go out there and go diving in. It's like a big round crater. It's kind of cool. Hey, where's mine? And have my other camera up here. Or do we care about the other camera? It kind of, for Hawaii, it may take away some of the view, but Fly up the valley or around it? What is that out there in the water? And why is it red? Look at that. What kind of weirdness is this? It's a little island, and it's like mud. It's like a bunch of mud or something. The shark from Jaws attacked. Yep. I don't know. Little inlet right there. It's like a little boat zooming across there or something. Yeah, not too much in regards to beaches here. I remember driving along some of these places and it's just like not much of anything. And there's the Marine Corps station. So we'll cover all branches of the military. As we fly around Honolulu, enjoying the scenery. Sewer drainage. Did I fly over Diamond Head yet? Where's Diamond Head, Parrot, in regards to the island over here? Is it on Diamond Head? Is Diamond Head? Diamond Head's like on the south, right? Diamond Head is on the southern part of Honolulu. It's like the tall peak right there. I think that's Diamond Head, right? And if that's it, I have not flown over that yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I have not flown over that yet. So I left Honolulu and I went north and kind of left Honolulu Airport and we went over to Pearl Harbor and then we kind of went north. So when I come around the corner down here, it'll be Diamond Head and then Waikiki. And then Honolulu again. Let's go visit the Marine Corps. Since we visited everybody else, we got to fly over to Marine Corps. Is that some boats down there circling around? Weird. Interesting. Kind of interesting. Alright, let's pop in here real quick and take a look-see-loo at how we're doing with fuel. So we're just at 15 there. Okay, so we still need to burn some off the right tank. Now these are some nicer looking beaches. The water sure is pretty out here in real life. If you guys never have a chance to go to Hawaii, I would say go to West Palm Beach, Florida, which is typically within most people's reach if they live on the eastern side of the U.S. because the water out there is about as clear as it is in Hawaii. I spent a lot of time diving around West Palm Beach, and on good days you get visibility out there about 90 or 100 feet, and that's you know, you're going to see a little bit better than that in Hawaii. But if you want to see what it's like, oops, stepped on a rudder pedal, to have really, really good visibility, that's about as close as you can get here, and you know, in a lot of places. You can go to some places like far down in the Keys, but then it starts getting hard to you know, to get to some of those places. Dry Tortugas has really, really clear water. Man-made island? Oh, the Marine Corps? I don't know. I don't know any history behind it. I don't know. Preacher, what did you try to Oh, Parrot, you live on the Gulf side of Florida. I lived on the Gulf side of Florida before I moved to Nashville. I was actually born in Fort Lauderdale, and I lived near like Crystal River, Cedar Key, that area. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with that. I used to fish that whole area from, like, well, I mean, I used to stomp all over that area, all the way from like Tarpon Springs all the way up to Weeki Wachee. I used to do a lot of kayaking on the river up there, um, and and then just a lot of fishing from like Yankeetown, Crystal River, Yankeetown, up to as far as like south of Mexico Beach and Port St. Joe, near Port Charlotte. Yeah. Yeah, the Gulf side doesn't have the prettiest water in the state. You got to get up in the Panhandle, like around Mexico Beach, um, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, and stuff like that. That's got really, really pretty water up there for the Gulf side. Because you get away from the rivers. The rivers in Florida dump a lot of tannin into the Gulf, and it makes the water brown. It looks like tea. Looks like you're swimming in tea. And it takes a long time to get rid of it too, because where the Swanee River and stuff comes in, like around Swanee, of course, and Cedar Key, the water is like really brown there, and it doesn't dissipate until you get pretty far south, like around Hernando or Tarpon Springs. Been to a few games there. Alright, so now we're going to come around the southern side of the islands. And that over there in the distance, that should probably be Maui. Maui will be off in the distance over there. Now we're going to be on the other side of the mountain range, back in the dry and the dry side of the island. Dry side of Honolulu. So that's like a turret. It's like a turret or something down there. That's interesting. Look at, well, I guess, volcanoes and stuff made this kind of stuff, but that's probably an old volcano right here. Bernie. Bernie V67. Found Bernie. Hey, that's like a hiking trail. Yep, look at that. Hiking trail up there to the top of this volcano. A lot of these things too, there's a lot of, in Hawaii, there's a lot of Hawaiians that that have religious places. That have religious places up in the up on some of these peaks and stuff. Sacred sites. Nice little cove right there. That's a decent beach. Alright, and I want to say that it was like right around here that I did a lot of diving. Right in this area. Actually might be in here where like these boats are. The water gets pretty deep out there really quick. Pretty though. And that's like Waikiki off in the distance, I guess. And then Parrot, that point right up there in the distance, I believe, is Diamond Head. Cool. I'm surprised that's not a point of interest here. I guess the one that popped up over there, that might be Pearl Harbor. No, it's the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. All right, Parrot. Here we go. Diamond Head. on our sightseeing tour of Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, Diamond Head on our left. And we'll make a circle around this. That's pretty cool, huh? Look at that. That's pretty neat. Beautiful scenery. Look at that. That's just really cool. How cool is that? Take your pictures, people. See the tunnel with the road? Yeah. Yeah, I know. But you know, I mean, I was going to say, they're not making land anymore, but Hawaii is probably one of the few places in the world where they are still making land because the volcanoes are still making it. See, I stayed right down here somewhere at the Hilton in Waikiki. There's like two big Hiltons. One of them's like right on the water and the other one's like further inland, a couple blocks away. And it's kind of like that black one right there, maybe. Because this is the marina. And I think that's the big Hilton right there. That's the big Hilton. Where that little pond is, that's part of the Hilton. That right there. Whoa! There it is. That's the big Hilton, and that's their little swimming pond. And the other one, and that's their pool and everything, yep. And then there's like a museum down here, a World War II museum, and I think the other Hilton is probably like right, maybe like, no, past it. Might be like that one right there. It's like a black one, but it's before you get to this water. But it wasn't too far away. It was within walking distance. Used to walk over there. Used to walk right down to the beach. Actually, it was only a couple blocks to the beach. Um, where's the stadium where the Pro Bowl was played? I have no idea. I have no idea. What's this over here? Is that it? Nope. That's a... Oh. I don't know. Is that a football stadium? No. There's a track. A stadium shouldn't be too hard to find over here, should it? Maybe here? No, I don't know. That's just Hawaii. That might be like a sports complex or something. All right, somebody Google it. Somebody Google the stadium in Hawaii where they played the Pro Bowl. See, let's keep looking around here and see if we can find it. But this is the marina where they did, let's see, not here, I don't think, it's up here, where they did Gilligan's Island. It might be right there, and you stand on the bridge. No, I think it's this one up here. There's like a bridge. No, I think it's back there at Waikiki. There's like a bridge or something, and you got a shot of it, and you could see where that iconic picture was at. Let's go over here by the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. Up on a, look at that, how nice is that? Up on a little peak right here overlooking that's a great place to have a cemetery. Look at that. The views from up here, that's amazing. What a great place to have a final resting spot. That is pretty cool. Let's see. Hawaii. Oh, it's Aloha Stadium. And it's over by Pearl Harbor. Okay, let's go find it. Let's go find the stadium. There's Pearl Harbor over there. And here's the airport that we took off from. So we have made a complete circle around the island in 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's not a very big island, is it? Parrot, you still with us? Yep. Okay, we're taking you to the stadium, Parrot. You're gonna get to on your sightseeing trip as we fly you guys around the island of Hawaii, or one of the islands in Hawaii, Honolulu. We fly you around Honolulu. All right. I think that might be it right over there. It said it was over by Pearl Harbor. And it's called Aloha Stadium. And that looks like it right there. That would be Aloha Stadium, home of the Pro Bowl. There you go. Yeah, not a problem at all. Take your pictures. Sports fans. Aloha Stadium. That's pretty cool. You zoom in, it really doesn't do it justice, but you know, looks pretty good. Yep, I'm sure you will. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Alright, one more flyby of the Pearl Harbor Memorial and the USS Arizona. There we go. Need to... There we go. There's the Pearl Harbor Memorial. And there's one of the turrets. That's one of the turrets from the USS Arizona sticking out of the water. That ring, that rusty ring right there. See you guys. Alright, we'll go back over towards Honolulu Airport and we'll go ahead and make a landing, and we'll call this one in the bag. Go ahead and drop my landing gear before I forget and land on my water rudders. Alright, we'll come down here and land on probably the same one we took off on, just going back the other way. Some aircraft coming in, make sure we don't get run over by anybody flying in here. Southwest zooming in there. We don't need them eating us up. So we fly over the end of the airport here. Just had a cargo plane go down in the water right over here. Right about there is where they went down. This is not the one we took off on, but it'll be alright. This is a long runway.
Gear down, land.
Yep,
Gear
yep, I know.
down, land. Gear down, land.
There we go. Toss our flaps up and we'll boogie on down here to the end of this long, long runway. Whoa! Whoa! There's the tower we buzzed earlier when we left. No guesses, no winners. Ooh, that was a little hard too. 439. Ooh, I was not polite to that one. It might not actually. The flight dynamics. I didn't change the flight dynamics from the DC-6 when I was flying that the other day, so it actually might think I'm in a DC-6. We're going to see how Southwest likes a little float plane coming up here with them. Alright, nobody's coming. Except for a car. Fuel truck. I don't need to wreck a fuel truck. We're gonna take a gate right over here. Drop off my passengers from today's flight. Curbside service. There we go. Alright, go ahead and toss that parking brake on. Go ahead and shut the engine down. Alright. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Had a great trip. Little jaunt around the island and Honolulu and Waikiki, and taking a couple trips by Pearl Harbor and Diamond Head and some of the other sites here around the island on about an hour and 46 minutes, almost about a 2-hour flight today. So a little bit shorter than what we usually do. Yep, awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Parrot. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and hopefully everybody found it enjoyable and pleasing. So the next flight is going to be an interesting one. So on Wednesday we're going to continue our around the world leg, and we're going to get out of the North Atlantic finally. So we've been crossing from Goose Bay over to Greenland, over to Iceland. Right now we're in Reykjavik, and we are going to be flying into Europe. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer flight, but it should be pretty cool. I look forward to it, and finally being able to see some scenery. So Microsoft, they've come out with a few updates in Europe, and I look forward to flying around and looking at some of that new scenery. Parrot, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Much love, much appreciated. To all you guys that are hanging out. I love you guys being here. It's absolutely awesome. Thanks for hanging out with the dude, as you guys have so warmly coined me a nickname, and that's fine. It's great. I'm using it. I'm taking advantage of it. So I thank you for that, and sitting here and having a good time. So that being said, let's see real quick if you guys want to hang out for a minute. Let's see if we can share the love with somebody else, right? Let's take a look, and let's see if we can find somebody. I'm not very good at this, and I need to be better at rating, right? I don't do it. I don't do it very well, so I need some practice to do that. Let's go back. Let's go to Twitch, and let's see if I can find somebody that needs a little bit of love that we can share. And if we don't find anybody, then that's fine too. But I've had so many people: Two-Tone Murphy, Bush League Legends, Colonel Fork, Fabio, everybody giving me some love and raiding my stream. So let's see if we can find somebody with a camera that maybe is worthy for this evening. And is it? Let's see. No, I don't see too many people. I don't see nobody. I mean, I see a few people with a camera that have a lot of followers. Well, I guess maybe we won't for tonight. But anyways, guys, again, much love to you guys that are here, hanging out with me for a couple hours on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays as I fly mileage Monday, round the world Wednesday, and FedEx Friday. Stay tuned. Keep watching the channel because I'm going to be jumping in here with a DC-6 and we're going to be doing the Pan Am around the world stuff. So we're going to mix that into our flights. You guys are going to want to see that. It's going to be pretty cool as we follow their route from the 40s and the 50s. We're going to be using original routes, only Pan Am routes, and they were the first ones to fly around the world, and we are going to, well, there are people that flew around the world, but I'm talking about the commercial airline that flew around the world. They were the first ones to do it, to have it around the world routes, and we're going to follow their around the world route, and we're going to redo that. So it's going to be pretty cool. We're going to do it in the DC-6, using their routes from 1952. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty neat. You don't want to miss it. But anyways, guys, thank you. I salute each and every one of you. Much love. Go drink a White Russian and enjoy your evening. Thank you.